Princess Xyla of the Arctari Dominion stood frozen beneath the twin moons of Iltha Prime, her silver ceremonial dress trailing like liquid starlight over the cold obsidian floor of the court. Her emerald-scaled hands were clenched at her sides, her serpentine eyes burning with fury. "You're sentencing me to what?" she hissed, her voice echoing through the royal chamber. The High Matriarch, Xyla's grandmother, sat upon the crystal throne, flanked by the 6 elders of the Dominion. Her wrinkled snout tightened. "You have humiliated the council, broken a sacred treaty, and assaulted a human diplomat. For your transgressions, you shall marry a human, to foster interspecies trust." Xyla's tail lashed in agitation. "You mean punishment? You want to shame me?" The elders did not respond. The matriarch gestured to the side, and a tall figure was ushered in. He was plain. As humans went, this one seemed unremarkable. Light brown skin, dark hair in need of a trim, a lean frame. No armor. No weapons. Just simple garments and a quiet confidence. He met Xyla's glare with unflinching calm. "Xyla," the matriarch said, "meet your husband, Lieutenant Cole Mercer of Earth's Galactic Peace Corps." Cole bowed slightly. "Nice to meet you, Princess." Xyla bared her fangs. "Touch me and I'll rip your arms off." His smile didn't waver. "Let's hope it doesn't come to that." The wedding was a formality. No feast. No music. Just a sterile bonding ceremony in the Hall of Truces, where dozens of Arctari and human observers watched in tense silence. Xyla didn't even pretend to hide her disgust. She stood stiffly, didn't respond to the priest's chants, and flinched when Cole placed the ceremonial cuff around her wrist. The translator drone buzzed awkwardly. "Marriage binding complete. Per Interstellar Accord 7.9. Cohabitation must be maintained for 1 Arctari moon cycle, equivalent, 29 Earth days." She stormed off before the ceremony concluded. They were assigned a diplomatic residence atop one of Iltha Prime's floating towers. Xyla took the upper chambers, surrounded herself with her war trophies and venom-drenched relics. Cole stayed in the lower rooms, turning one into a modest gym, another into a kitchen. She refused to speak to him for the first 3 days. But on the 4th, she stormed into his room. "What are you cooking? It smells edible." Cole looked up from the stove. "Pasta. Want some?" She wrinkled her nose. "Do I look like I eat starch?" "You look like someone who hasn't eaten in 2 days." She hated how right he was. He plated a dish for her without waiting for permission. Xyla sat across from him, watching as he twirled the noodles with a strange human utensil. Fork, she recalled. Barbaric. She grabbed a handful and stuffed it into her mouth with practiced Arctari efficiency. To her horror, it was good. He smiled at her reaction. "Told you." She swallowed, trying not to look impressed. "This proves nothing." But she came back the next night. And the one after that. By the end of the first week, Xyla was unsettled. Cole didn't press her. He didn't try to touch her or woo her or dominate her in the way Arctari males often attempted. Instead, he asked things. "What kind of music do your people sing? Why do you braid your tail that way? What's your favorite part of battle?" First, she mocked him. But he listened with genuine interest, even when she described disemboweling a Trashan pirate with her ceremonial claws. "That's metal," he said, eyes wide. He smirked. "You humans and your strange praise." Still, her tail twitched whenever he complimented her. It was getting distracting. On the 10th day, she had a nightmare. The battlefield. Fire. Her sisters falling. Again. Xyla woke with a cry, her claws embedded in the wall. Her chest heaved. Then she felt a hand on her shoulder. "Hey!" Cole's voice was soft, steady. "You okay?" She should have pushed him away, snapped at him. Instead, she let herself breathe. "It was nothing. You were crying out." "Arctari don't cry." "I didn't say tears." She hated how perceptive he was. But his hand, it was warm. Not demanding. Just there. Without thinking, she let her forehead rest against his shoulder. Just for a moment. 2 days later, she challenged him to a sparring match. "For tradition," she claimed. "Our people must test combat compatibility." "That a real thing?" Cole asked, stretching. "Do you wish to dishonor my culture, human?" He grinned. "Wouldn't dream of it." She struck first. Faint. Then a tail sweep. He dodged, not elegantly but with surprising speed. For 10 minutes they danced around each other, her claws grazing, his arms blocking, both panting. She pinned him at last, her claws inches from his throat. "Yield," she commanded. He didn't flinch. "Your eyes," he said softly. "They glow when you're focused." She blinked. "What?" "It's beautiful." Her hand trembled. He pulled back. Damn him. By the 3rd week something had changed. She caught herself looking for him when he wasn't around. Listening for his laugh. Savoring the simple meals he made. She stopped wearing her venom armor around him. Once, she even laughed at one of his terrible jokes. He noticed. "Am I growing on you?" He teased one evening as they watched the lightning storms from the balcony. She looked away. "You're tolerable." High praise. There was a long pause. "I don't understand you, Cole," she admitted. "Most humans I've met have either feared me or tried to conquer me. But you just see me." "I don't need to conquer a galaxy," he said, reaching out. "Just one heart." Her breath caught. His fingers brushed hers. And she didn't pull away. Day 28. The moon cycle was nearly over. The translator drone buzzed above them as they sat by the fireplace. Notification. Marriage term complete in 24 hours. Cohabitation clause fulfilled. Separation optional. Cole looked at her. "You're free tomorrow." Zyla's heart twisted. She had waited for this. Planned her return. Told herself she would burn the memory of him from her mind. But now, she didn't want to leave. And she hated how much it scared her. "I don't want to be assigned to someone," she said finally. "My people, my grandmother, did this to punish me. I never chose it." "I know. And you." He looked at the fire. "I thought I was being sent to babysit a war criminal. Instead, I met someone who makes me laugh, who challenges me, who scares me a little, and makes me want to stay." She turned to face him. "You would stay." "I would. If you'd let me." Her claws gently rested on his hand. "I was forced to marry you, Cole Mercer. But no one can force what I feel now." He leaned in. Their first kiss was slow. Gentle. Fire meeting steel. The room felt warmer somehow. Day 29. The court was stunned when Zyla and Cole reappeared at the Crystal Hall hand in hand. The matriarch arched a brow. "You may dissolve the marriage, princess." Zyla raised her chin. "No," gasps echoed. "I choose him. Not as a sentence, but as a partner." The elders whispered among themselves. Cole squeezed her hand. "Guess we're making history." The matriarch gave a slow nod. "Then may your bond bring peace. And perhaps, a future neither of our species expected." Later, aboard a ship bound for Earth, Zyla leaned against Cole's shoulder, watching stars blur past. "I still think your food is odd. And I still think you're terrifying." She smiled. "Good. I'd hate for you to get too comfortable." He grinned. Not a chance.